There is a very serious reality that many people in the adoptee community are facing. Intercounty and international adoptees are facing deportation. In 2000, there was a law passed called the Child Citizen Act of 2000. The CCA automatically granted citizenship to anybody under the age of 18 when the law took effect in 2001, which meant everybody who was over the age of 18 was facing issues with deportation if their papers were not filed correctly by their adoptive families. There is no way for us to determine how many adoptees that this has affected, but the number is in the thousands. Currently, there is legislation happening right now in Washington, D.C. around the Adoptee Citizenship Act. This has been submitted to Congress several times and it has not passed. If there are any adoptees that are from Washington, D.C., please reach out to let me know how we can support you. Right now, we need to be reaching out to the international and the intercountry adoptees within our community and making sure that they have everything that they need and that they feel supported. And we all know that with the immigration things that Trump is trying to enact, that so many of the people within our community may be affected even further. There are so many people in this community that are at risk of being sent back to countries that they have no cultural ties with. Of no fault of their own, this is solely on the adoptive parents. So it does not matter what part of the child welfare reform community that you are a part of, we all need to do our part. From 2003 to 2022, there are 270,000 documented international adoptions. And I say documented because we know that there were people who were brought here unethically by U.S. citizens. The Child Citizen Act of 2000, or the CCA, granted automatic citizenship to most intercountry and international adoptees, with one of the stipulations being that they had to be under the age of 18 in 2001. Anyone born before 1983 was excluded from this law, even if they were brought here by U.S. citizens. The ACA, or the Adoptee Citizenship Act, seeks to fix all discrepancies from the Child Citizenship Act of 2000. The ACA was introduced to Congress in 2015 originally, and as recently as 2021, 2022, and 2023, and even though it had an overwhelmingly large amount of bipartisan support, was still not passed. The reason behind this is because of competing policy priorities as well as legislative gridlock, along with the fact that lawmakers believe that the Child Citizen Act of 2000 resolved all of the issues with international adoptees. Most lawmakers view deported adoptees as exceptions to the fact rather than recognizing the systemic nature of the problem. This is an equity issue. These children and now adults were brought here of no fault of their own, by United States citizens that were so desperate to seek a child that they would go to outside countries to find one. And the absolute desperation for these people to have children, any child, means that a lot of this paperwork was not filed properly, further proving the point that America treats its children like second-class citizens. Furthermore, most countries have stopped allowing American citizens to adopt their children. Because if this paperwork is not filed properly, these people are sent back to countries that they have no cultural ties with. They don't know the culture, they don't speak the language. These people are in fact American citizens. And due to the lack of due diligence by these adoptive families, these people face deportation. And it is only